Your authority content is live, your offer is clear, you finally have something worth paying attention to. Now you need the part that most freelancers never build, and that's consistent qualified traffic. Because great content with no distribution is just content. The right message in front of the wrong people is still the wrong message. This is episode 4 of the Acquisition Engine, a 6-part mini-series showing you freelancers and agency owners exactly how to turn inconsistent 3 to 10k months into consistent 20-30k months without having to chase any clients or gambling on whatever the hell the algorithm is. And today we're building the engine that will feed your entire system. So the traffic triad is literally 3 channels working together to fill in your inbox with people who already trust you, respect you, and want your help. So let's go deeper into each one. The first is authority content. This is where all the trust will start from. And it's not a case of creating with volume, we just need direction. And over the past 5 years of running my own content agency to 25-30k months and teaching dozens of freelancers and content agency owners into scaling their own agencies beyond 10-15-20k months. So essentially what you want to do is create 3 core assets. The first one is going to be an authority reel with what I like to call a belief shift. The second is going to be a case study, we want to show proof. And the third is going to be an offer explainer, just to give clarity. Now when you piece all 3 of these together, it's essentially showcasing your Instagram account like a front window, shop front window. And ultimately what it shows your audience is what you can help them achieve, why your approach works, and what results will look like working with you, and who you are the right fit for. Now, the difference between content created in that manner, between content that just teaches, this will filter the prospects that land onto your page, whether they come from ads, whether it's word of mouth, but these 3 assets will tell them that this is relevant to me, this is the outcome I want, this person understands my world. Authority content will warm prospects before you ever speak to them. That's why it's the first layer of the 3 pieces of content we need. It's essentially your silent salesman. Now the second part is paid ads. We just want to scale what already works. Now to keep things simple, take your best performing organic content and amplify it. So there's 2 simple traffic options we can control, attracting the right people onto our pages. So the first option will be a profile visit campaign. Essentially with this particular campaign, you can run as many as you want, but to keep things simple, let's just stick to 1 or 2 creatives. We want these particular creatives to be directly addressing our ICP. They know who we are, they can understand our expertise, but most importantly, they hit the follow button. There's no opt-ins, there's no forms. We don't want to cause any additional barriers. Now this brings warm, observable traffic, people or prospects who actively choose to enter into your ecosystem. And because they follow you, you now have permission to talk to them, not through scripts, through actual conversations. So essentially with profile visit campaigns, they are typically low cost with high intent, so they are very easy to scale. Now it's the same content, but a different objective. The only difference with this is that this ad will ask for tiny bits of information. So the name, the business, what they actually need help with, how soon they want to start. Ultimately, you decide. This is more so for freelancers or content agencies who actually want direct inquiries or prefer a more structured pipeline. But this will mean, of course, higher cost, it's higher intent, and it's a little bit more formal. Now both options work. Both are very simple, and both of them plug into the exact same DM and call process that I like to follow. But essentially the purpose is always the same. We need to get our pieces of content in front of the right people consistently. Now these aren't a case of getting clients instantly, but it's to build a predictable traffic stream that can compound every week. And if we know whether it's the traffic campaign or the leads campaign working really well, of course we're going to double the ad spend. Lastly, it's the warm outreach. Only to the people in your world, because I don't really like cold outreach, and neither do I like pitching to strangers. This particular form, it's about relationship-led outreach, but with people who already either have watched our pieces of content, resonated with our content, resonated with any of our messages, have followed us from any of our ads, maybe have engaged with a case study, or even DM'd with a specific keyword. They could have even reacted to a story. The difference here is that you're not chasing. It's all a case of you responding. But a lot of people don't understand is that the only people you ever talk to are the ones who have already entered your ecosystem. When someone directly follows you from an ad or after engaging with their content, you start the conversation. So you can say something like, hey, saw you followed the page. Out of curiosity, did you follow because of the content, or are you looking for some help with your marketing right now? And then from there, you can literally qualify with an additional 3 or 4 more simple questions. Typically what I like to ask is, what are you trying to solve right now? What's not working? What outcome do you want next? And what's been stopping you? Now, if they are a fit, take them onto a discovery, then to a close call. If they're not, no pressure, no pitch, there's no need to chase. Warm outreach isn't necessarily a tactic, it's like a glue. It will literally connect the attention to conversation. And the reason it works is very, very simple. They're already warm. They already trust you. You're literally just opening the door to conversation. Now, essentially how this will look is whenever a new follower drops into the ecosystem, you open up the DMs and have a short conversation. You ask them a few qualifying questions, take them onto a discovery call, and then you take them onto a closing call. So you see there's no necessarily pitching in the chat. There's no mini sales calls. There's no need for you to send the pricing or packages or send in the offer too early. It's literally 2 clean steps for them to get onto a discovery call where you can understand, where you can listen. Most importantly, you can diagnose, really show your authority in this call. And then we finally take them onto a closing call. You can present, you can outline the key problems, and then you can talk about enrolling them in. This will keep the entire system human, simple, and most importantly scalable. Now, when you're bringing it all together, authority content will warm them up. The ads that you introduce will amplify your content out to the right people, and the warm outreach will activate all of these conversations. And of course, once we get them onto the calls, that's where we can convert them. It's the simplest acquisition system that I've built and I've seen in the agency space. If we stacked clear content with predictable distribution, with a human-led qualification process, we're gonna get weekly calls without having to chase, without having to sell cold DMs, without any complicated funnels. That is a traffic engine that will feed your acquisition systems. In episode 5, we're gonna turn this traffic into clients with a proper sales call structure diagnosed to create clarity, not to apply any pressure. So now that we've built the momentum, now we wanna close it.